Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Wisdom Couple podcast.
Welcome to our another podcast.
Today we're tackling a really heavy topic, something that honestly sounds like science fiction, but it's very real.
Yeah, it's deepfake porn.
Exactly. Deepfake porn, the scariest side of AI. It's a tough one.
It really is a disturbing mix of, advanced AI and, frankly, the darker side of the internet. We really need to unpack what's going on.
Totally. And just so we're all on the same page, deepfake porn is when AI is used to map someone's face onto explicit videos or images.
Without their permission, without their knowledge.
Yeah, completely without consent. It's this massive violation. And the ethical side, the personal impact, it's significant. We have to talk about it.
And it's not some, far-off future thing. The term deepfake, that actually popped up back in 2017.
Oh, really? Where?
On Reddit, believe it or not, a forum where users started sharing these altered porn videos. They were using machine learning even then.
Wow, okay. So it goes back further than I thought. And it's powered by things like deep learning and what are they called? GANs?
Yeah, generative adversarial networks. PANs. Sounds technical, I know.
A little, yeah.
But think of it like two AIs competing. One makes the fakes, the other tries to spot them.
Ah, okay.
And that competition just makes the fakes better and better, really convincing. And it's been getting faster.
Scary fast. And those early examples, they often involve famous people, right?
That's right. One of the first ones that got a lot of attention back in 2017 was a fake porn video of Gal Gadot.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
But the really worrying part is how quickly it went from experts doing it to, well, anyone.
Exactly. By 2018, apps started showing up. Public apps that just automated the whole thing.
So you didn't need to be some coding genius anymore.
Nope. Suddenly, almost anyone could create these. And that democratization, well, it's had a devastating human cost. So many victims.
Yeah, like Scarlett Johansson. She spoke out in 2018, didn't she?
She did. Condemned it, obviously, but also talked about how hard it was to fight back legally at that point.
Right. And it's crucial, isn't it, that this isn't just about celebrities?
Absolutely not. That same year, 2018, there was the case of Rana Ayub, an Indian journalist.
What happened there?
She was targeted with deep fake porn videos. It was part of this really vicious online hate campaign because she'd criticized the government.
Wow. So it was weaponized, used to silence her.
Precisely. Shows the potential for intimidation, for silencing dissent, the psychological impact, the social damage. It's immense.
God, yeah. And the stories just kept coming. That case in Florida, Lucy Adams Stevenson in 2023.
Oh, that was awful. A high school student.
And it was a family friend who took her Instagram photos.
Yeah. Use them to make deep fake child sexual abuse material. Just sickening.
And the legal side was complicated too, right? The creator didn't get charged initially.
That's right. The person who distributed the images, the friend's ex-girlfriend, she was charged, but the guy who actually made them. There were these legal loopholes or perceived loopholes at the time.
That just seems fundamentally wrong. It really highlights how the law was struggling to keep up.
Definitely. And then, of course, early 2024, Taylor Swift.
Oh man, that was huge. You couldn't avoid it. AI-generated explicit images spreading like wildfire on X.
Came from a 4chan community, apparently. The speed and scale of it just blew up, really pushed the whole issue into the mainstream spotlight.
It really did. I remember her fans trying desperately to fight back, flooding feeds with real pictures, reporting everything.
Yeah, the Swifties mobilized. X even had to block searches for her name for a while.
It just showed how fast this stuff can spread online, even when platforms try to stop it. A massive challenge.
And the calls for laws got much louder after that. The White House weighed in, tech CEOs like Satya Nadella.
SAG-AFTRA, too, the actors union. Politicians started pushing harder for federal legislation.
Yep. And it wasn't just a U.S. problem. Around the same time, August 2024, that huge scandal broke in South Korea.
Targeting teachers and students.
Female teachers and students, yeah. Deepfake images being made and shared in these massive Telegram groups.
How widespread was it?
Alarming. The Korean Teachers Union said hundreds of schools were affected. There were big protests.
So people were taking action.
They were. And the lawmakers responded pretty quickly. By September 2024, they passed a major bill.
What did it do?
It criminalized making them, distributing them, but also just possessing or viewing sexually explicit deepfakes.
Wow, even viewing them. That's strong.
Very strong. And some estimates put the number of users in those nudified Telegram bots in the millions. Frightening scale.
Millions. That's just hard to comprehend. It shows how easily this tech can be twisted into a weapon.
Definitely. And then more recently, April 2025 in the UK, a guy named Brandon Tyler.
What was his case?
He got 5 years in jail. He was making deepfake porn of women he knew.
Just women he knew personally.
Yeah, grabbing images from their social media, then posting the fakes on some forum described as promoting rape culture.
Ugh. That just directly links it to misogyny, doesn't it? The intent to degrade.
Starkly. It lays bare the awful intentions behind so much of this. And you hear stories like Noel Martins, the Australian activist.
What happened to her?
When she was 18, her social media pics were stolen, put onto porn. It just drives home that this can happen to anyone, anywhere. It's global.
Absolutely. So looking at all this, the danger is just crystal clear, isn't it?
Undeniably. It's non-consensual exploitation, pure and simple, a profound violation of privacy.
And the psychological impact. It must be devastating. Reputational damage, the potential for blackmail.
Oh, absolutely. The trauma can be immense, long-lasting. And think about trust.
How sad.
As these fakes get better, more realistic, how do we trust anything we see online? How do we know what's real?
Yeah, it erodes trust in digital media itself.
Yeah.
Blurs the line between reality and fabrication.
Which opens the door to all sorts of manipulation. Harassment, cyberbullying, revenge porn. We've seen all that.
And even financial fraud, right? Wasn't there a case in China?
There was, 2023. Someone used AI to impersonate a person on a video call, tricked someone out of a lot of money.
So it's versatile in the worst possible way.
It really is, like a multi-tool for malicious actors.
Okay, so the picture's pretty bleak. But are things changing? Are there responses happening legally or technically?
Yes, thankfully. It's been slow, but there's movement. Initially, the laws just weren't there for this specific thing.
Right.
But platforms started acting back in 2018. Places like Reddit, Twitter, Pornhub, they began banning deepfake porn. Google added it to their search ban list, too.
Okay, so the platforms took some steps. What about actual laws? In the U.S., those early attempts didn't pass, did they? The Accountability Act.
No. Those specific federal bills in 2019 and 2021 stalled. But other places have moved faster.
Like the UK.
Yeah. Their Online Safety Act from 2023 criminalized the sharing of deepfake porn. And they're talking about criminalizing the creation, too.
And South Korea, as you mentioned, took that really strong stance.
Extremely strong.
Mm-hmm.
Criminalizing creation, distribution, possession, even viewing.
And on the tech side, are there tools to fight back?
There are efforts. Early tools like Deepware in 2019, Microsoft's Video Authenticator in 2020, they were first steps.
Okay.
More recently, there are algorithms like Deep Rhythm showing really high accuracy in detecting fakes. So the tech is evolving too.
That's encouraging. And what about that Take Height Down Act in the U.S.?
Right, that's significant. It passed the Senate, heading to the president. It aims to criminalize publishing non-consensual AI sexual images and force platforms to have removal processes.
Okay, so maybe some real federal teeth come in there.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And we also saw that big deepfake site, MrDeepfakes.com, shut down in May 2025. Not a legal takedown, but their service provider pulled the plug. Still, it disrupts the ecosystem.
Right, every little bit helps, I guess. It feels like maybe, finally, a more coordinated pushback is starting.
It does seem that way. But stepping back, the core ethical questions are huge.
Absolutely. It all comes down to consent, doesn't it?
It has to. That statistic, 96% of deepfakes are sexual, featuring women without consent. That just says it all.
It really does. And we should be clear, this is different from, like, purely AI-generated porn, right?
Exactly. Generative AI porn is entirely created by AI, not using a real person's likeness without permission. Both raise ethical questions, sure, but deepfakes add that layer of direct, non-consensual violation of a real individual.
Yeah, that's a critical distinction.
And the darkest potential, using this tech to create fake child abuse material more easily. That's just a nightmare scenario we have to guard against.
Truly horrifying. And this whole issue, it plugs into the bigger conversation about AI risks, doesn't it?
Completely. You hear the warnings from the top people in AI: Musk, Wozniak, Bengio, Sam Altman.
People actually building this stuff.
Exactly. They're warning about the profound risks if AI development isn't managed carefully, ethically. They're urging caution.
It's like they're sounding the alarm from inside the house. So wrapping this up, deepfake porn isn't some weird internet fringe thing. It's serious.
It's deeply alarming, with consequences for real people, for trust, for society.
It really highlights the need for, well, more awareness for everyone.
Definitely. And stronger, more consistent laws everywhere. Platforms need to be held accountable too. They have to do more to stop this stuff from spreading.
Absolutely. And for you listening, it's just be critical about what you see online. Be aware that manipulation is possible and getting easier. The line between real and fake is getting fuzzier.
Yeah. And it leaves us with a big question, as AI keeps racing ahead, how do we make sure it actually helps us, empowers us, instead of just enabling more harm and exploitation? That's the conversation we need to keep having.
Such an important point. Thanks so much for joining us for this discussion on the Wisdom Couple podcast. It was heavy but necessary.
Goodbye for now. Thanks for listening.
And hey, don't forget to subscribe and like the channel if you want more discussions on important topics like this one. Bye, everyone.